Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Connor, of course. Join you again for another kind of catch up of the past couple of weeks and what's been going on with us. To be completely honest, it's been a bit of a dreadful past couple of weeks. Lots been going on. Thankfully, we've been very busy work-wise, but just a lot of things have happened in the past couple of weeks, and I'll kind of cover it in this video as to kind of what's going on basically. But for the most part, work-wise has been good. We've been super busy. We've been out doing some kind of hedge removals. We removed the hedge in Cardress, and there's a wee conifer hedge, and we employed the van to help us with that process. Well, folks, let's see how this goes, huh?
Alright, that worked. There we go.
Bad effort.
Aye, perfect.
My genius holds no bounds, huh?
Well, it's a bit my genius as well, because I knew the knots.
No, I done that knot. I don't know why I busted the first time. Really need to learn some new knots. We've also been doing a couple fence jobs as well. We've done a fence repair for the Rossley Hotel, and the day we were doing the repair, it was absolutely chucking it down. Accidentally cut myself already. It's a very horrible job, a very horrible day. I think the rain's meant to stop in the afternoon though, so not the worst, not the worst. So we'll just get on with things. Chucking it down, we were drenched. It was a pretty terrible fence to do as well because it was all fitted panels and we were just replacing the posts, but all the boards were warped. We kind of come to realise like certain things were damaged worse than we thought, and it was just we were working like under a hedge and we had to use 10-foot posts because there was a big drop off. It was just a pretty crap day basically with the horrendous weather, and we've also been kind of rushing around doing like wee oddball landscaping jobs and things. We've been continuing our work in that landscaping project in Kilcreggan. We had a bit of an issue with that one there where I kind of contracted a couple boys in who I generally know well. Like I'm like fairly familiar with them, and I've contacted one of them before to do tree work for me. But those couple guys kind of they basically kind of fucked the job and were like super bad communicating with the customer, took money off the customer, weren't really planning on coming back and finishing the job, and it just kind of like I had all this to deal with. Like we've been doing work alongside them. It was to build some natural stone steps, and I wasn't super comfortable building the stone steps. If I'm not like 100% comfortable with my ability to do something, I just don't take on the job. I'll just tell the customer like you should maybe get someone else in because I'm not super confident, because they're paying me, they should get like the best job possible type thing. So like why would I do it if I can't do it to like a high standard type of thing? So I got these guys in, and like from what I've seen they do good work and it was like fine and all that, but they just like the communication with the customer was quite bad, and they said the job would be 2.5 days and they gave them a price for the job, but they spent the first 2 days building just the framing to for the steps. They blew all the framing out, and then they were just going to bed up the natural stone against the frame. So so it makes it a bit easier basically because you just follow the framing and all that. But when we arrived to look at what they'd gotten done so far, just before they started bedding in, like the framing was just like visibly like so off. And like I spoke to him about it, and he was like, "Oh, well, we're gonna fix it," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but you would just make sure it was right as you went along. You wouldn't just jig it all together and then make sure it's level or straight, or you wouldn't do that afterwards. You just do as you go. But they ended up doing 2 days, or what I thought was 2 days, and they took money off the customer, and they said they'd be back to do the bedding in on a certain day. They never showed up, never got any contact from them for days on end. I tried contacting them, never contacted me back, and eventually the customer bumped into them. He was walking his dog or something, and he bumped into them in the place we're working, and he went up to them and asked them what's going on, and apparently the guy was like, "Oh, like I've got some family issues." I think he said like someone in his family was ill or something. And I was like, right, okay. The customer was like, "I smell bullshit." And I mean, I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true, and like all is well and all that. But like, why are you out working in Kilcreggan and you can't message either of us back about what's going on? And I think the reason is, I think he realised he underpriced the job, because it's going to take, I was looking at it going, that's like a day and a half at least of bedding in. Like it takes a long time when you're working with natural stone to do all this stuff. And And I think when I said that to him, he just kind of patched it all off and was like, nah, like maybe he was going to come back, but I just really don't think they were. And the customer was so unhappy with the whole process, how it was dealt with, and what they had done so far. The customer was looking at it going, Jesus, I could have done a better job than this. So I felt bad because these people have given me so much work and they've been super nice to me. And so I was like, right, look, just leave it. Like I'll repair all what's been doing. I'll correct the steps, change the size of them because every step was slightly different size. A couple of them were off by miles. They were slanted, pointed down, and I was like, it looks like they just jigged it up in half a day. And I only came to realize that they told me that they weren't even there 2 full days. They were kind of just plodding along doing whatever they done. So yeah, I was just kind of mad, and I kind of confronted him about it, and I got the most insane message off the guy, like basically calling me like an arrogant wanker. And just like being like, it was insane. It was just an insane message, and I just patched it because I'm like, are you serious, man? Like I have no time for this shit. No time for this shit. This arguing and yelling, and I'm like, just like, I think he did a bad job. And like, realistically, if he told me he'd underpriced it and he was like, oh, it's going to take way longer, I probably would have helped them out, like off my own back, just to get it done for these people. But the way they went about it, like, it was just terrible. It was just terrible, really. And the fact that they took money off them, and like, and we could have had, and if we could have had just a normal, decent conversation. I never insulted him. I never said it was fucking terrible, or I was just trying to be normal, polite. And I just got a crazy message back, and I was like, right, well, screw this. I just like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I said to the customer, look, I'll fix it for free. I'll make it right. But like, I said I'll do that. But the whole reason I was doing it in the first place and got these boys in was because I wasn't 100% confident in my ability. So now I'm doing a job where I'm not 100% confident. I'm doing it for free. Like I've got so much shit on that I need to do. And the customer's probably like, Jesus, this guy said he wasn't even able to do it. Like, and now he's doing it. Like, they must be like, what the hell's going on? So it's just like, we had that to deal with this week. And then like the guys end up phoning me like just there. Because I did send a bit of a snide message to them, like saying, oh, just fixing your shit work, ha ha ha. And like they text me saying like, oh, we're going to beat the shit out of you. And I was like, are we 14, mate? Are we actually 14 years old? Where they're trying to arrange for me to meet up so we could fight it out or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm done. Like, you couldn't just manage your schedule. You couldn't just send me a text and be a normal business owner and sort it out or whatever. You just went straight to fucking violence. And I'm like, nah, like, get out of my life. So I just blocked them. I'm like, get out of here. I have no time for this nonsense. I'm not 14 gonna meet you up for a scrap because I hurt your ego about a job that you probably rushed and underpriced. It's just like, it's not my problem. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. So me and Brody popped back, and we started building the steps, and thankfully it's not going too badly. Hello, it is Tuesday the 22nd. Brody and I are back on that job that we're fixing where we're doing the steps. We just finished the day. Both of us are absolutely molested, but this is where we're at. So, not bad progress. We've basically done all the faces up to just before those two there. Obviously everyone has to step up every now and then, like that. And to be honest, fairly happy with how this looks, considering we've never done really anything like this before. So yeah, pretty happy. So as you can see, it is a fucking bomb site here. I'm just dying to get this done so we can finish off. I've scheduled in 3 more days, and in those 3 days I need to put all these faces on. So we're going to remove the frame, put a face on each one with the stone. That all needs to get kind of weeded, dug over, and 10 tons of bark's going down there. This is all getting rotivated. All these stones need cleared. All these paths need soiled up and grass seeded.
Not possible. Not possible.
It's not possible. But we're going to have to make something work because we're on a schedule here. So highly exhausted. Probably one of the just hardest shifts I've done in a while. And like, we just didn't stop today. We'd eat for 2 minutes and just keep bedding in, just because I'm doing this for free. So I'm just trying to get it done, basically. But yeah, is what it is. We're going to pack up 5:30 to now. So yeah, so we've been doing all that, and then just before all that happened, I got some bad news where Brody told me he's got a new job. So he's going to be leaving me at the end of May now. He has another mate of his who's got a kind of, I think it's kind of like a marketing company in Edinburgh, and apparently the last few months he's been talking to Brody and saying there might be a job in future, and all of a sudden a job came up and Brody said he's interested, so he's gonna take it basically. Obviously, when he told me, I was pretty fucking gutted, to be honest. I was pretty gutted. I didn't really know how to react. Like, I was upset, a little bit mad, and it just really caught me off guard. Like, I didn't know it was even an option. Like, I didn't know it was going on, and like, yeah. So I'm just like, right, okay. So that's why this week on my Instagram, some of you might have seen I put out a job application. That is actually to replace him. I was due to hire someone else alongside him because we have been so busy. But now, obviously, he's leaving at the end of May and I need to get ahead of things and get someone in. And it's just like, it's just something I really wasn't expecting. And it's just such a massive kick in the balls this week. And yeah, and as I say, I'm not mad at him. Like I get it, this isn't his business, and it's a bit of a life lesson to me that it's kind of shown me how much I did rely on him, and yeah, I don't know, I'm just upset as well because at the end of the day, he's like my pal. I enjoy hanging about with him and all that, and it just feels like because he's been with me for like a year and 3 months, and it feels like I'm kind of like closing a chapter in a sense, and it just kind of kind of sucks. So yeah, I've had that news to deal with as well, and kind of in amongst all this, it's just been the busiest month I think I've ever had, and I'm changing into a company. That's been done. I'm just waiting on the VAT registration with my accountant sorting things, and I've got so many people contacting me, and yeah, I've just been so overwhelmed this week. Like I've not felt like this in a good while, and I've now just had to cancel a holiday that was meant to be going on next week with Brody. Funnily enough, because I can't go anymore. Like I need to hire someone. I need to be there, train them, be around them. I can't just leave them to it. Like I could have left Brody, and for the foreseeable now, I won't be going on any holidays until I find someone who's able to, do some wee bits and bobs of work that I trust whilst I'm gone. So it's like it's just funny to think like a month ago, like life was going pretty good and I had like a decent idea what's going on holidays, and boom, everything's changed because someone's made a decision and it's just out of my control. As I say, I don't blame Brody for any of it. He's his own person, and we spoke about it, and like we're good, we're fine. But I can't help but just be human and just be a bit fucking upset and stressed and a bit angry, and yeah. So it's just been it's just been a fucking tough week at the office. I've not felt this defeated in a good long while, and yeah, so I've been just really down this week, and I've kind of spent today sat here just sorting everything out. And my main goal now is because I'm so stressed, I'm kind of peak stressed right now. My goal right now is just to get back to not being as stressed. I need to reduce my stress as much as possible and get back on the right track before making progress and like growing and this and that, and just make sure I keep my regulars going. And yeah, it's just having to pivot. It's just something that I never thought I'd have to do. I never thought it was going to come up, but I guess it's just part of running a business. Things happen to you, and you just got to deal with it. And I will deal with it. I know I'll deal with it. I have been sulking this week and I've been proper down and just really feeling shit. But I'll be fucking damned if I don't fix this, because I've felt like this stress before, and I've been broke, and I've not really had a stable living situation, and I got through that. So I will get through this. It's just now I'm gonna have to hire someone, and I'm gonna have to train them and like get them used to how I do things. And maybe the first person might not work out, maybe the second person might not work out, and I need to sort all these things out. And it's just like knowing that you're in for like a couple months of just pish, like just pish. It's the anticipation of it that's actually the worst part. Like I know I'm gonna go through the steps. It's just like, oh, I can't believe I have to go through the steps and do this and feel the struggle. But like, it is what it is. It just is what it is. It's the whole business thing, and I hate being like a whole Debbie Downer about it, but there's not really a pretty way to paint the picture. Like I've always said, I try to be honest on the channel, and like I want to be positive as I can. But I've had a shit week. I've had a really shit week, and things have gone wrong. Like another thing as well, like in Brody smashed someone's whole window the other day. Well, that'll be that completely smashed. Road went past and the hidden stone in the grass. So the borders were there, there's a hidden stone in there, and then both highly annoying. But shit happens, I guess. This is the reason you have insurance, and I really hope the customer isn't too upset about it, but fuck. We was on the strimmer and just a hidden stone in the grass first time, flung, fucking whole door smashed, and I was like, this can't even be happening. This is like the worst week ever. So it's just been one thing after another, and man, I'm just so mentally exhausted. I'm just so like, even yesterday, I felt like I could have slept the entire day just because my brain is so tired, and it is what it is. And you should be like, oh, Connor, you put too much pressure on yourself. You shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that. But it's like, I get what you're saying, but this is what it is. And one thing about me is, like I was saying, like now that I'm in this peak stress, I'm not gonna try push on and be this stoic guy. Oh yeah, double down into the misery and work hard. No, my goal's just changed now. As I say, I want to now get back to reducing my stress. That's the goal now. I'm lucky where there's money coming in. I'm not fucked. I'm not on my arse. It's fine. There's money coming in. If anything, like my problems they're okay problems to have. Like I've got too much work on. I've got too much stuff that's happening. Like so, I just need to. I've decided like I'm gonna let a few regular commitments go just for now. I've a few landscaping jobs I was meant to price and plan. I've just told those people I can't do it for now. I want to keep my regulars happy. That's the bread and butter. Those are the folk that appreciate me and I appreciate them, and I've got a good thing going, and I'm just gonna reduce my stress now, and I'm gonna reduce it, employ someone, and then once I get settled back in again, start feeling happy, start like liking what's going on again, and you know someone's joined me, and hopefully things go the right way. That's when I'll make steps to like grow and blah blah blah. But like right now, it's just about getting myself sorted, man, because like I can't operate thinking like this and being in this frame of mind. So yeah. But at the same time, I am hopeful. I pinged out the job application, not even a week ago, and I think I've had over 25 people apply to the job. Like a lot of it is just kind of, not to be brutal, because maybe some of you have applied, but a lot of it's just garbage. Like I'll sift through and be like, I'm not even considering you because of this and that. But like, I've seen some hopeful ones, so I'm due to get back to folk just after I finish this conversation with you guys right now. I'll start editing a video and also going through CVs, and you never know, you might be one of the folk that I get back to. And if you are interested in working for me and you want to join the team, one thing I will say is I am looking for a long-term employee because I want to build a team. I want to build a team. I remember my best days ever was the old maintenance company I used to work for. Yeah, it was horrendous, but I remember those days where you had a good team of boys out and you all got on, had a good laugh, but you all got like work done and you flowed together and just plenty got done, nice days. And I just love working in a team. I want to build a small team where we all look after each other. We're all on the same page. None of it. You don't look at me like some fucking hardcore boss that's above you and looks down on you. I just want to be one of the boys with the boys, getting work done. Everyone's treated fair, because that's the way it should be. That's just the way it should be. It should be feel like work is like takes up most of your waking time, and I want this to be just a sick place to work. That's why I don't want to be stressed. I want to move it forward where like I have a good time. I don't want to be a stressed arsehole to be around. Like, and I felt like that around people this week, like friends and family, and they can see it. They can just see it on my face, the way I talk. And I don't want to be like that. So I'm always seeking to get back to that kind of homeostasis. And yeah, so if you're interested and you want to put an application through, I'll leave the link in the description. By all means, give it a wee gander, job description, go through my website, see what it's all about, what the role involves. And you never know, I might give you a shout, have a wee interview, and you could be starting with me and see how we get on. But I'm looking forward to it. I am hopeful that I'll find someone good, and it will be nice to have someone new. I've never hired anyone that I don't know, so it'll be interesting to see. I've never interviewed people, so yeah, it's a whole bunch of new stuff, and it's just another hurdle that I need to get over. But I know from previous experience, Jesus, I'm only gonna grow. I'm gonna be fine. No one's gonna die. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's just, man, it's just crazy how things turn like that, Crazy. But yeah, as I say, guys, sorry if the video was a bit of a bummer this week. It was kind of just raw and honest, catching you up about how my past couple of weeks has been going. I hope you have had a better past couple of weeks. But as I say, I'll get it swords. I'll keep plodding on and just keep getting better because there's not really another way to go. Life's hard, but I guess when I finally reach those highs again, they'll just feel so good because I've felt them before. So I'm feeling hopeful. It's not all bummed out, this and that. I'll get there. It's just gonna take a bit of perseverance and time. But I appreciate you watching the video. If you do want to give me a wee follow on Instagram, I'll leave that linked right over here. By all means, have a wee scroll through. I've not forgotten about the WeBang video. I have been taking lots of clips, lots of B-roll in the background, planning that video. And I think that might be the next video that comes out because I have been using it a lot and I've got a lot of thoughts. And so many boys have messaged me about that lawnmower. It's crazy. It's like a fucking famous person having that fucking lawnmower. So yeah, I'm going to make that video soon. Maybe out in the next 2-3 weeks. So watch out for that one. But again, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you as always. And hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, I won't be such a bummer to listen to. But anyways, take care and we'll see you in the next one.